Hello, it's Dave Lane from Dutch Tents UK again, showcasing another Dutch classic tent. This time it's a really old De Woord Bergend. They produced these from the 60s up to about 1986. I think this one is from late 60s, early 70s. Really well used, high mileage tent. I mean, well used. when I bought it, it's the oldest tent I've had, longest standing, if you like. I've had it for 8 years, and I bought it off a family south of Rotterdam, somewhere I believe, and they use this and a second one. They had two of these. They use them both extensively, and it's still cracking on. It's brilliant. So my wife and daughter have used this typically as an overnight travel tent when we've been going through France, so we've used it quite a lot, and it just goes on and on and on, and it really is a testimony to what a really good, well-made canvas tent can be like. And this is a De Woord, so as you'd imagine, it is bloody well made, and it's still going strong, completely usable, with years of life left in it. Now I say it's a De Woord, and most people who follow De Woord tents will do so because they tend to be, well, very pretty, and well, this one isn't really, is it? Let's not beat around the bush. This one fell out the ugly tree. We call it the coffin tent. It's very square, but it is so practical. It's one of the most practical tents I've ever come across. You just got two poles at the back, two poles at the front. So you peg out the ground sheet, whip those poles in. You can see you've not got a lot of guying points. Honestly, you can put this thing up in 3 or 4 minutes. It's so easy. And with the space inside, it's really practical. Now what you can't see, I don't think, is this tent has just been up for an hour and a half in real thunderstorm. And as the outer canvas is oh, you can probably see a bit of a sheen on the canvas there maybe, but it's sodden. I genuinely have not been inside to see if any water has come through, but I'm going to put a strong bet on that it's bone dry in there, because it's withstood overnight rain before, and it's just had a right old pasting. So let's pop inside and have a little look. Actually, sorry, before I take you inside, I just want to say this gauze here isn't the original. I've had this replaced. This was done by Mandy over at Corby Covers in Weldon, just outside Corby, Northants, and she's a little diamond, so she fitted that, and also the rear gauze, I had that done at the same time. The tent over the years, that's the original zip, that is a replacement, that's not done by me, but it indicates that the tent's had a little bit of use, because typically De Woord zips go on and on and on. The poppers at the bottom, they're all still really good. So let's go inside and have a little look. So with the door open, you can see inside quite a size. So it's actually wider at the back than it is at the front for some reason, like a coffin really. But I can guarantee you, you can get 3 airbeds, and I do mean airbeds and not self-inflating mat, but the 70 centimetre airbeds. So we've had 3 in here, albeit there is no other room for anything else, but it works. So what's it like, the canvas inside? Well, bone dry. Little spots there, little bit there. Now what I can tell you is that's where the waterproofing has slightly gone out. That's not going to leak, but that's going to be a damp spot. But the rest of it is fantastic. It's absolutely dry. The ground sheet, there's not a drop of water in here. Absolutely lovely. The tent's had a repair there. As you can see, that's been properly machine done, and it doesn't leak. So you can see around it there's no watermarks around there, so it doesn't leak. It's been done a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was probably even done by the factory. I'm afraid the poles there have got a little bit of surface rust. I've painted some black for some reason. I didn't finish them off, so I need to do that. The ground sheet is a full PVC, but it's a little bit thinner.